And as school starts back for students around the Midlands, so does making lunches. News 19's Andrea is talking with a dietitian who has tips on how to make a healthy lunch for your kids this school year.
The time has come, like it or not, back to school time is here for the children. And listen, I know it is hard, moms and dads, packing those lunches and giving healthy after-school snacks when a bag of Doritos is just so easy. But we have invited our dear friend Kay McGinnis from Lexington Medical Center, who is a dietitian and a diabetes educator, to talk about why we shouldn't be doing the Lunchables and the processed foods and the Doritos and have all these healthier alternatives. Kay, thanks so much for being with us today.
So excited to be here.
All right, you were first talking about the importance of bread alternatives and picking the right bread if we're doing sandwiches for lunches. Tell us about some of the options here.
Okay, so I really love to turn the label over and try to look at the fiber content.
Okay.
And I think it's really cool to give the kids an option so that it's not always about bread.
Okay.
So it could be, it could be a whole wheat bread, it could be a tortilla, it could be the naan bread, it could be the flat bagel breads. So all of these would be really cool options.
And tell me why it's important for us to look at the fiber.
Because, when we talk about plant-based, when we look at the diseases that bother us as adults and that are gaining in our children's population, it's all about our choices. And fiber is a really big choice for not just our blood sugar, our heart health, but it makes us feel fuller. So it's a really important thing.
So it's an important calorie and not an empty calorie, and this has 6 whole grams for 2 slices. So one sandwich, you're getting 20% of your dietary fiber.
So one of the tips that I like to share with my folks is try to make sure that you get at least 3 grams of fiber in most of your product.
All right, let's move on to this, because listen, peanut butter and jelly can be healthier, right? You can do it a little bit healthier. What kind of peanut butter and jelly do you prefer for your sandwiches?
Okay, so first of all, when I'm looking at my products, I want to be able to recognize everything that's in there, right? So even some of the ones that we think are healthy, when you look at them, there's palm oil in there. Well, palm oil is one of those more solid at room temperature fats. It's not so heart friendly.
Okay.
So you want to probably look for maybe an all natural peanut butter. And what people don't like about this product
It
separates. I
know. You got to stir it. It's weird. I know. I have it in my fridge right now.
So what I like to do is I'll turn it upside down.
Oh.
And then the oil comes back in here, so it's not quite so thick.
It's mixing. Oh my gosh, can you see that, Van? That's amazing. It's literally mixing as we look right there. All right, and you said read the label. I'm reading the label of this healthy jelly you brought me, and all I see is strawberry, sugar, fruit pectin, and citric acid. So there's pretty much like just jelly.
Just jelly.
Just jelly.
And it's got some sugar in there, granted. But what we're going to try to do is eat less of this.
Okay, let's move down to these other options. Listen, if you would have packed me any of this any day of the week growing up as a kid, I would have been excited. What are some of these ideas for our kids' lunches?
Okay, so I do love the wraps, and we always want to try to think about those core food groups, right? So we want to make sure we've got some protein in there. We want to make sure we've got some fruit in there. We want to make sure we've got some kind of veggie in there. And then, you can do a little bit of a fat in there. Or so many of the children will eat the veggies if I give them a dip. So I've got a couple tips on that. You can now buy like the ranch powdered seasoning mix and add it to a low-fat Greek yogurt.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Here's the ranch sprinkle. You can also buy it. I bought it Hidden Valley makes one as well.
Right.
You can put your ranch sprinkle in your low-fat Greek yogurt dip, or even could you do it in some low-fat sour cream too?
You could do it in the low-fat sour cream. I also, if I'm doing kind of a Tex-Mexy kind of thing, like a cheese quesadilla or a cheese and chicken quesadilla, I'll mix a little bit of my low-sodium taco seasoning. And then always love to put some kind of fruit in there so it kind of satisfies that sweet tooth.
And I have found this as a mom, and you did this trick. If I send Brady to school with a full apple, it is coming back a full apple. But I have found when I cut it in tiny little palpable pieces, he's more likely to eat it.
Right.
All great ideas. So listen, think about all of this. Look at these things when you do your shopping. Don't just grab the bag of Doritos and the Lunchable. We can do better than that. Kay, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And you can always check her out at Lexington Medical if you want to get a little diabetes education of your own. Stay with us.